Hi, welcome to Truth with Tal Isaac. I'm Tal.
I'm Isaac.
Episode number 43 coming at you. We got two in the running for best 43 of all time. Troy Polamalu and Dennis Eckersley. Who do you got?
Paloma.
Okay, I'll pick Eck, especially because he gave up the dinger to Kirk Gibson. Okay, tonight's agenda, Aaron Rodgers. Will the Detroit Lions have the first overall pick? And top 5 Halloween treats, all-time list. And bottom 2?
Yeah, I put bottom 3 because 2's a dumb number.
Okay, fair enough. Off the top, there's a whole bunch of stuff. We'll go through our list. Cade Cunningham, working in slow, but he's going to be good.
He's going to be a star. Yeah, Cade, like the people on the internet think they're smart. When they say, like, oh, look how bad Cade is, like, you're dumb. He's going to be sick.
Listen, I don't think he's going to be superstar, but I agree with you. He's going to be a star.
He's going to be awesome. He's going to be really, really good. The only thing that is going to limit that is the current offense Detroit has and Casey's coaching.
You're on the Casey gotta-go bandwagon.
Yeah, I am.
Listen, they're keeping Casey for at least this year and into next year.
Unfortunately, yes, I agree.
Yep. MSU versus Michigan. I know we're a little bit old with this, but Michigan...
move on. Next one. No.
Michigan should have won.
No, move on.
Tackle them.
Next
They're better on the lines. Carlos Correa could be a Tiger.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while.
Yep.
It's happening.
Initially, I thought Yankees. Now I'm starting to get excited. That would be awesome.
Basically, if you're not a baseball fan, it's like, what is Carlos Correa's NBA or NFL? Like, it's I want to say...
Like a comparable player?
Yeah, to tell people that aren't Tiger fans or baseball fans.
Klay Thompson?
I think higher than Klay. Like, he is a all-star.
He's not Steph Curry.
No, he's a perennial all-star. Great defensively, great offensively. 27, right?
Dame Lillard, except for this season?
He's not quite Dame, but he's pretty close to Dame level.
Okay.
And he might come to the Tigers.
Be awesome. NFL this year is just crazy. Like upsets, like last weekend, it was just upset after upset. It makes it entertaining, but also hard to say, okay, who's the favorite?
It's tough to pick spreads now because, like last week, teams against the spread were just terrible. Like all the favorites are just losing. It's just or not covering. It's happening.
For sure. Simmons to the Celtics.
Not happening.
And the Jaylen Brown talk, tell me that's crap.
Unless JB says, I'm tired of Tatum and Smart, I want out. Which I don't think he'll say, because I don't think they're that bad. They're not as bad as some of the other locker room morons in the NBA.
Yeah. I mean, I did hear a while ago that Simmons will be traded to the next team that has a superstar that they have to trade.
First of all, Jaylen Brown's not a superstar. He's far from it.
Is Ben Simmons?
No. Superstar, there's only a few guys that are superstars.
People use that term a little too loosely, I agree.
Especially, the media.
The next top 25 player.
Yeah, if JB wants out, then Philly's going to pounce on it. The only thing that makes it tough is, first of all, why would Boston want Simmons for Brown? And second of all, you don't want to trade to your rival. You don't want to have to play Simmons in the playoffs.
Nope, and you don't want to play Brown in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. How messed up are the Raiders? Like, I can't even keep up to date with their awfulness.
Yeah, it's like, and they started
I don't mean necessarily
3-0.
Awfulness on the field. I'm just talking, like, the terrible things that they're doing as, like, people. My God.
Yeah, first the Gruden thing, and then, that was bad. It was bad, but, it was a few days, and then people kind of stopped talking about it. And then this Ruggs thing.
Ruggs thing was terrible.
It's awful.
Terrible.
And we won't get into everyone knows details.
Yeah.
We won't have groundbreaking opinions on it, right? Like,
no, he's bad. Awful. Stupid.
It's a terrible decision. And
call a cab, call an Uber, call the NFL Players Association as the car on standby 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Call Derek Carr.
In every state in the United States.
Enough, this league stuff. Henry Ruggs isn't going to call the league and say, I'm hammered, I need a ride. He's going to call Derek Carr and say,
call your boy.
Pick me up. That's what he should have done, and hopefully he serves a lot of time in jail, and I don't see him in the NFL again.
I actually do see him in the NFL.
Probably. I don't want to see him. Unless...
Dante Stallworth killed the dude, and he went back
to
different circumstances.
There's a lot of guys. Ray Rice was a case who didn't come back.
Because he was at the end of his career.
Yep. Kareem Hunt was in his prime, just about, when his stuff went happen. And now he's...
Just getting a message in from the producer. No? Okay, I'm good. I've got cool...
Yeah, people on podcasts luckily don't have to see what you wear every time. But before the show, hey, can I put on earbuds or headphones? Sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, the producer's talking to me.
What's he saying? Or she saying?
They are, are saying that the Red Wings have two guys challenging for the Calder Trophy this year. Lucas Raymond and Moritz Seider. And we don't follow hockey that much, but it's just cool that they finally have...
I look at the box scores. When the game's on, I'll throw it on.
Yeah, they got some young guns.
They're young.
They're really young, but potential is there.
Mo Seider's the guy everyone's going nuts about.
Yep. That Steph Curry guy. Oh my God, he's
MVP.
awesome. Oh my God. I agree with you. MVP.
I think he was my pick, right? I said last year they're not going to be good enough. This year they will be good enough. They're going to be real good. Coach Rob, my insider, he picks Golden State to win it all. He thinks they're winning the title.
That would be interesting. I don't know if
it's all on Clay. Right?
Yeah, I don't know if they have enough bigs.
They'll make a move. They'll make a move at the deadline.
Oh, listen, they pick up a Mason Plumlee type dude, just another big, then you're right. Mm-hmm. And I guess I forget about the whole buyout market where somebody's going to want to say, oh, hey.
Well, I don't know. They'll just sign with the Lakers for like $10 an hour and then call it a day, and then they'll just win a ring with the super team.
Have the Lakers jumped the shark?
Well, that's not the right use of the term. And no.
No?
No.
I think the Lakers are not going to do it this year.
I disagree. I still pick the Lakers. I'm not going to overreact yet. But we'll talk about that maybe next episode or later on.
Okay. So Aaron Rodgers, I know this has been talked about a lot.
Are we going in now?
Yeah, let's go in. Unless you had anything else off the top?
No.
Okay. I covered a lot. Everybody's...
Odell, as of right now, has not signed to a team. He's a free agent. I think he's going to Green Bay for dirt cheap. When this airs, he might be on a team. So
yeah, I'm picking Seattle.
No? Okay.
So Aaron Rodgers is adult. We've been talking about that for 43 episodes. But the world was able to really get confirmed that he's adult. Amazingly, he was somehow able to offend virtually everyone. On the right, on the left...
On the anybody who don't care.
Anybody who understands how science works. Hey, nice shirt. Just adult. And I saw something on CBC News, which is normally not good information for our podcasts. And Isaac didn't get to check this. And the producer said it's okay. My alarm just went off. I'm not sure why.
It's 7 p.m. Like, is that your alarm to say, oh, time to go to bed?
No, reminder. I have to do something for somebody. So after the show, I'll do something for somebody. Basically, this guy said the people who talk about woke mobs and try to focus on getting a vaccine and bodily autonomy, and they always try to end up quoting Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
That's awful. Not only is it educationally bankrupt, but it is morally bankrupt to try and bring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. into this.
Okay, we'll start with the MLK.
He's a self-righteous, self-indulgent blabberhead. That's my line.
Rodgers is.
Okay. Yeah, not Dr. King.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Shut your pie hole.
Okay, let me chime in on King before we get into the other nonsense.
King?
Martin Luther King.
Okay.
So first of all, in all of the times that people in the last X amount of years have brought up slavery or the Holocaust or anything like that and compare it to a current climate, whether it be a political climate, whether it be a sports climate, when has that worked? Like, never. Right? When people say they're comparing it to the Holocaust. No, you can't really compare it to the Holocaust. You can't really compare it to slavery.
I am offended when people compare it to the Holocaust.
Yeah, so I just don't understand what good did he think by quoting Martin Luther King. Like, what
he thinks he's smarter than everybody else.
So did he quote Martin Luther King and be like, look how... Like, everyone's going to be so impressed.
Yes.
Really?
Yep, I think so. He thinks he's super genius.
Do you know he butchered the quote?
I do not know that.
Okay, so this is Rodgers. I listened to the whole interview. Instead of listening to my Colin Coward pot or whatever I was going to listen to, I put on Rodgers. Very entertaining. Great listen. This is what Rodgers said. The great MLK said... You have a moral obligation to object to unjust rules and rules that make no sense. The first part he kind of got. The second part, like, no. So first of all, don't talk about Martin Luther King when you're talking about football. Because this is what this is. It's football. And second of all, get the quote right, man. He butchered the quote. Like, it comes across like moron, all the words you use. That's what it comes across as. So the Martin Luther King thing, misfire by Aaron. One of the many.
Yep, I agree. you're getting your medical advice from Joe Rogan, and I know we've disagreed on this topic, and I know Joe Rogan has some good takes, but this whole COVID take, I can tell you that Joe Rogan and now Aaron Rodgers will cost lives. People will die because they listen to these two goddamn idiots and think that they are smarter than real doctors.
Okay, so Joe Rogan thing. Joe Rogan's awesome at his UFC job. Like, as a UFC guy.
UFC guy. I'm not
great.
going to disagree with that.
So,
but I normally don't go to the dentist to get my freaking car fixed.
Well, that's the joke, right? That's the joke is like, you talk to a dude, a UFC guy, a podcaster, about medical advice. Because he's like, when I spoke to my now good friend Joe Rogan about medical advice, it's a joke. Like, that just sounds like, I went to go to Tim Hortons today to ask them, because my foot hurt.
Should we start a medical podcast? We probably should.
We might as well.
Yeah, we might as well.
Today's actually going to be a good chunk of medical. Like, the Aaron Rodgers thing all comes down to, vaccines and whatever. So,
I accidentally used the word immunized in conversation, and somebody said, "No, you can't say immunized anymore because somebody's going to think, oh, immunized, because I drank some herbal tea and
which stuff,
chalk dust or whatever."
He lied. Just like
he lied.
Like, people are saying
the media should have called him out on it, but here's the person most guilty: Aaron Rodgers. The Packers need to share some of the responsibility here,
and the NFL might be the most at fault. All parties.
I don't understand that take.
Okay, I'll explain. It's easy.
Okay.
NFL's got protocols. If you're vaccinated, you do this. You're unvaccinated, you do this. Rodgers is unvaccinated.
So does the NFL have a list of everybody who's vaccinated? Probably.
Yeah. And it's kind of public, kind of not, right? Most guys, and this actually, brief segue, respect up for Carson Wentz, Lamar Jackson, Kirk Cousins, because at least they're being open about it, right? Like, at least they're saying, yeah, I'm not vaccinated. I would much rather hear that from my star quarterback than I'm immunized and just dance around the question. So he lied. Rodgers lied. I'm not playing semantics. And then he said, if they asked me further questions, then I would have went into. The question was, are you vaccinated? Yeah, I've been immunized. So it's not like, I don't know what other questions, what follow-ups does he want to then elaborate on, oh yeah, I actually didn't get the vaccine. I just did all this fake stuff. He lied. He's a liar.
He lied. And again, this is a bunch of crap. He's trying to use fancy words that he read about or one of his people that he hired to write 500 pages of medical crap for him to make him sound smart. He hates being criticized, right? Not only does he think he's the smartest person in the room, but throughout his career, he hates being criticized, questioned on anything, right? That the fact that the Pack would even think about drafting somebody, and unfortunately probably didn't draft a very good guy, threw Rodgers for tailspin, and he's been acting like, can I say a bitch for the last year and a half?
Okay, so the whole criticism thing, Aaron Rodgers does not like criticism. So we're not being that biased right now. In the past 42 episodes, it's been a lot of bias because I've been born for 18 years and Rodgers has just killed the Lions every game I've ever watched.
So and we can't beat him on the football field. So maybe we can beat him in the brain power, moral field.
I think we can.
Yeah, I think we can.
I'm pretty confident now.
Yep, we got game there, and he has no game.
So we're not being biased at all here. I don't think. When he says, "Yeah, I've been immunized," he didn't want to say he's unvaccinated because at that point of saying that, he would have received criticism from the vaccinated people or people that care about safety and people that have brain cells,
smart people, scientists,
and
things
then
like that.
He'd get morons like us to just say, go get vaccinated, you're stupid, you're risking the team. What if you lose to the Lions because you're not there? Like, we would be okay with that.
Yep.
So he didn't want to face criticism initially. So he said, I'm actually going to, he made a risk and said, I'm not going to say I'm immunized. I'm just going to not get COVID and never have to deal with this. And he got COVID and now he has to deal with it. And this is 15 times more criticism than he would have got if he just said, I'm unvaccinated. Like what Wentz got.
I believe in body autonomy and I don't want to get the vaccines.
Say that and then we would have harped on him for a week and then that's it. But people are talking about, right, like this has huge implications, right? The Packers drop a game, potentially 2 games with Rodgers, and even if he plays, who knows where he'll be, right? Like health-wise. They'll win the division because division's a joke. What if they don't get a first-round bye? What if they don't host a playoff game in Lambeau?
Yeah, much easier to win in Green Bay than it is in Tampa.
You look at all the NFC teams. Tampa's a hot weather team. Rams are an outdoor or a dome team. Who else are the other NFC? Cardinals, they're a hot weather, right?
Yep.
If they had to go at Lambeau, that's tough. But they might be hosting, right? Tampa would much rather and can comfortably host Green Bay than to go to Lambeau in the snow.
Yeah, I mean, they beat them last year, but still.
Well, yeah, Brady's better, so that's why.
A couple more points on this topic before we move on. Jordan Love, just not very good, unfortunately.
Looked terrible. Yeah,
Looked terrible.
Looked bad.
So I'm going to reiterate, Aaron Rodgers' stance on vaccines will kill people. People will die because, listen, there's a lot of dolts out there, and sorry, United States, there's more dolts in the United States than there are in Canada, because we're at 85% double vax in Ontario. I heard that. You said that.
I was the source there.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's a legitimate source.
Thanks.
But people believe athletes and podcasters more than they do doctors.
Yeah, they should listen to us. We're basically podcasters.
Pretty much, yeah.
So let me chime in on the people dying. He also is not a big mask guy, right? His 500-page report talked about the efficacy of vaccines and mask wearing. Take that. That's what he didn't go into the mask wearing thing.
Dolt.
So if you're not going to get the vaccine, fine. I disagree, but it's okay, right?
Yep. Okay.
The mask thing, I don't really understand at this point. Like, if you're tired of masks, that's one thing. If you don't believe in them, which sounds like Aaron doesn't, because he doesn't wear them ever.
Oh,
as an unvaccinated individual, you're supposed to per what the NFL says. It's not me. The NFL says if you're not vaccinated, you got to wear a mask. He's unvaccinated, and he hasn't once worn a mask on the sideline or pressers or anything. So that's why I blame the NFL a lot, because they should have got on this, or you couldn't have done it public. I get that, but you could have went to the Packers and said, look, if Rodgers gets COVID and it's revealed he's unvaccinated, which is a secret we're keeping, it's going to be terrible for you and for your quarterback and for us. Yeah. And the NFL didn't get on it, so I blame the NFL.
Yeah. So it is now a marriage of convenience between Rodgers and the Packers. I don't think it will be long term. Where does Rodgers play next year?
I have no idea. Could be
Green Bay. You really think?
Could be his couch. Could be Pittsburgh. Like, there's a lot of teams. Could be Cleveland.
People are going to take him, but
unfortunately,
it's drama. And you think, okay, this is 2 years. I don't think people believe Rodgers to be a long-term commitment.
We're almost done with him, right? So in a couple years, and like, it's not like a Tom Brady. Like, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have the drive Brady has. No. Again, that's not a hot take. Like, he just doesn't.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of quarterbacks who play well past the age of 40. Like
no, and Rodgers...
Warren Moon, Tom Brady. Maybe Drew Brees for 1 year.
So we're going to be done with Rodgers soon. He doesn't want to play that much longer because he doesn't care that much. Like, he wants to go host Jeopardy. He wants to go be a hippie. Like, he wants to play his banjo. We're done with Aaron soon. So a couple more years, and we can just talk about Tom Brady at age, 48 winning.
Start a cult. Yeah.
Who?
Rodgers.
Rodgers started a cult?
Start a cult.
He basically
We were talking about Jim Jones at dinner. Lions schedule. Will they pick first overall? I thought we would just go through the schedule real briefly and then
sure.
I got hot takes.
Yeah.
So the answer is have a chance, blowout, or you think the Lions will win?
Oh, we're going through game by game.
Yep.
Okay, and
we'll go quick.
And then I'll cover the other teams.
Yeah. Pittsburgh and Cleveland, 2 blowouts.
Sure.
Okay. Home against Chicago for Thanksgiving.
Win. I've been telling you forever, they're winning that ball game.
Okay, so I wrote that down as their only chance.
They're winning.
Minnesota?
Good chance. That's at home, isn't it?
Yep.
That's a good chance they win that.
Again, they will probably be the underdog in all these games.
Yeah.
Denver, loss.
At Denver, that'll be tough.
Arizona, doesn't matter where you play, loss. You can play on the streets of Detroit and you still lose. Atlanta, might be debatable, but I still think a loss. Seattle, loss, because Seattle will be fighting for playoffs.
Who's week 18?
Pardon me?
Who's the last game?
Green Bay. So that'll be interesting, right? Because I assume because of Rodgers' stupid behavior, that will be a competitive game, right?
Yeah,
like a couple weeks ago,
right, I think.
I would say, hey, you know what? Like, they'll just be mailing it in because they won't need that game. They already wrapped up home field. Now I think they will need it.
Because they're going to drop a game or two. That game might matter. You're right.
Let me be really clear. I want the Lions to win one game this year.
So do I.
Against Chicago on Thanksgiving with everybody watching. Then lose every other game. Draft number 1. Draft Thibodeau.
So
what's your take?
Yeah, I 1-16 is what I want. Because that will essentially solidify. We'll talk about Houston in a minute. Well, that will essentially solidify they get first overall. Chicago or Green Bay? Who do I want to lose to Detroit? I want Thanksgiving win. That'd be sweet.
Yep.
To beat up on Fields, that'd be great. But a Week 18 game that the Lions are playing for nothing except first overall.
And Green Bay is playing for first round bye. Oh, no, wait a sec. Now with the new wild card, there's only one first round bye. But first round home field or second round home field, something like that.
I would love to see a Week 18 win at Detroit that means nothing for the Lions except pride.
Barnes smushes Rodgers and sprains his ankle.
Like a couple injuries,
Busts
maybe. So I want them to go 0-16 and then win Week 18.
Am I allowed to say vagina on air?
Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
What if Barnes sacks Rodgers and Rodgers gets a sprained vagina? That's a decent possibility.
LeBron's missing a couple weeks. I think it's the same injury. LeBron's out for a couple weeks.
The same injury,
I think.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Lions have far and away the worst wide receivers in football.
Yeah, we played this
The
game.
worst LBs. Defensive line. Deep backs are poop. They should be able to run the ball. Sounds like they're going to move Sewell back to right tackle, put Taylor Decker at left tackle. They'll be able to run the ball better. Obviously, if they had Ragnow, they would.
Yeah.
But I want them to have some building blocks. And then a huge building block is Thibodeau next year.
Let's introduce Kayvon to our listeners. Kayvon Thibodeau.
Okay.
Get used to hearing his name. He is going to be on Cade Cunningham status for us soon. Like, we're not there yet.
So fade for Tibbs.
Fade for K?
What's his name?
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Kayvon.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
He is going to... So, basically, this guy is the number 1 pick.
He's Myles Garrett kind of guy.
Yeah, Myles Garrett, Chase Young. Like, he's a stud pass rusher from Oregon who's a beast. Like, nuts. Likely to go first overall. And, like, very similar to Cade Cunningham. Could fall into Detroit's hands, right? So let's look at the other teams, right? The bottom 5 teams in the NFL. Records. Lions, I looked at the projected draft, right? Lions are 0-8. Houston is 1-8 because Detroit just had their bye. Miami is 2-7. That pick goes to Philly. The Jets are 2-6. The Jags are 2-6. Then there's a couple 3-win teams, 4, whatever. Jacksonville's going to win a couple games.
Just because they are?
Yeah, like I think Lawrence is good enough to win a couple games. The Jets scare me. The Jets suck. And I looked at these teams' schedule today. The Jets play Miami twice, Houston, Philly, Jacksonville. So they're going to win some games.
Yep.
The Dolphins, they're just good. Like, I didn't look at their schedule. The Dolphins should not be in the same conversation as these teams. They're well coached enough. They're going to win some games.
Yeah, Dolphins are going to win some games.
The Texans.
Sorry, the Jets play the Texans.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's going to be a huge game. And then the Texans have 2 easy games. Jets, Jags. So, basically, Houston wins one of those 2 games. Detroit wins 1 game the rest of the year. And Houston has, they're 2-15. The Lions are 1-16. And then I don't care about anybody else. And the Lions get first overall.
Do you know how they works? What if Houston's 1-16 and Detroit's 1-16?
I don't know how that goes.
Is it conference record? Is that the tiebreaker?
Might be division, might be conference. I don't think it'll be points.
I'm just asking our producer for an answer. They're doing some research. We'll get back to you on that.
Okay. We won't. That's the thing. Like, people are going to be like, I'm not going to look it up because they'll let us know. We're not going to let you know. So if you want to know, look it up.
No, there's Daniela's upstairs and Annabelle's probably waiting right outside the door. Mm-hmm. I don't think either are figuring that out.
No, Anna might.
Okay. What else do you have to take on the Lions? What do you think is going to happen?
Look, like, I don't want to say they're going to get... I don't want to say I think they're going to get first overall. Because the Lions are going to let me down by winning games. That's right. If I say they're going to get first overall, the Lions will then proceed to, win a couple games they shouldn't. You look it up?
No. Our producer just sent us this message. Head-to-head, if applicable.
No.
Best one-lost tied percentage in common games.
No idea what that.
Minimum of 4, which is unlikely.
What does that
Houston and Detroit have 4 common opponents. Unlikely.
Oh, okay.
Strength of victory in all games. I don't know what that means.
So it's not an easy thing then.
Best combined ranking among all teams in points scored and points allowed in all games.
So how about the Lions just win less games in Houston and we can get Cave on?
Because that's complicated. Because every week we're going to be like, oh, do they get first pick? Anything else with the Lions?
No, they're going to be awesome in like 4 years.
3 years. 3 years.
3?
Watch it. NFL turns around quicker.
It's true.
And we do have some building blocks. We really do.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Look at offensive line. We've got some defensive line young guys. Punter's awesome. We got at least one running back. Tight end.
Should have traded Hawk.
Somebody on defense. Barnes, maybe.
Derek Barnes.
Yeah. Walker. Okuda's going to be okay.
Yeah. They should have traded... I'll say they should have traded Hawk at the deadline.
No, he's too young.
I buy into that. I do.
His third year?
No, by the time that the Lions are going to be decent, they're going to have to pay Hawk top tight end in the NFL money, and I don't want to do that. He's not Gronk. Like, he's not a game-changing tight end.
No, he's a top 5 or 6 tight end.
And that's because the tight end position sucks.
Yeah.
So,
because they just call themselves wide receivers. Pitts is a tight end, but he's a wide receiver.
Yeah. Waller, wide receiver.
Yeah. Targets. Okay, so specialty categories. Some of our fans like these goofy categories. We just had Halloween, I don't know, 10 days or so ago. Top 5 Halloween treats, and then bottom 2. Right? We obviously do our list independently. Start at number 5.
I got a couple honorable mentions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Arrow, solid, underrated.
Yeah, so
a lot of these can go into overrated, underrated.
Yeah.
Okay? So Arrow. Smarties, slept on. And then this one I didn't put in the top 5, but it's up there. Anything Oreo related. Like, not a straight up Oreo.
Yeah.
Right? So this is Halloween treats. I'll be honest, I only did chocolate because that is the only real Halloween treat.
Pretty much.
Candy doesn't count.
There's 3 categories, really. There's chocolate, which is the best.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, chips and things that maybe you could eat. Licorice, like nibs. Those are half
candy,
decent. And then there's crap.
Like Starburst.
Yeah. We'll talk about some of that stuff afterwards.
Yeah. Sorry, CEO of Starburst.
Yeah, and that second category, that's more what the chicks like, right? Like chips and chips. That's what they like.
Yeah, we just like the chocolate.
Chocolate.
So we're ranking chocolate Halloween stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. I put caramel as honorable mention. Arrow is honorable mention. There's some good ones. But my number 5, this is an old school, and you might not be familiar with this. Junior Mints.
Okay. Dude.
I needed one old school one, and it's 5th. And you're going to try Junior Mints, and you're like, ooh, these are good.
Okay, but that's not
No, they're chocolate. It's chocolate.
Okay, sure, it's chocolate.
It's not common.
How many decades? I'll set the over-under at 3 decades ago that Junior Mints were handed out routinely. Over under 3 decades. So 30 years. So I'm 18.
Yeah.
So about 2 of me.
It's probably over.
Okay. So over 3 decades.
Yeah.
So we're looking at about 35 years.
Yes, maybe. But I'm 52 and my childhood Junior Mints. I liked them. Okay, what do you got for 5?
Twix. You guys heard of Twix?
Oh, yeah. Solid.
Very solid.
Yeah.
The only issue is they're really small, the Halloween ones.
Yeah.
Like some of the
some Halloween ones, they do a pretty decent job.
One of my ones is up there. You get the most chocolate there.
Yeah.
Twix is a very small sector of chocolate, so that's why it's way down.
Yeah, well, I think it's still pretty high because there's lots of choices.
It's still great, but if it was a little bit bigger, it'd be top 3.
Okay, number 4, Twix.
Respect.
It's really good, delicious. Hey, hang on. Sorry, one thing we need to do is you can't say full size Twix or Halloween size Twix.
No.
Right? Like automatically, if these are full size, they carry it over. We're just assuming that either everything is Halloween size or everything is full size. Yes. Okay, but we're assuming mostly Halloween size.
Yes.
Although, shout out to Pat and Dave because they always do large chocolate.
Yeah, our neighbors.
Yeah, awesome.
Respect.
Awesome.
4, Kit Kat. Solid, reliable.
Very good. Yep.
Been around for a while.
Thought about it. It's on my list.
I don't want to say underrated. I think it's rated very highly, as it should be. But I got Kit Kat at 4.
Yeah, I've got M&M's at 3.
Straight up M&M's?
Yeah, straight up. All M&M's.
It's kind of bushly.
Can you do that?
No, I don't play that. You gotta say one of them.
Oh, then I guess I'm going peanuts.
Respect.
Yeah.
Good call.
Okay.
My 3, Coffee Crisp. This is
Overrated.
Not overrated because
I like I love coffee, and I love chocolate, but I think it's overrated.
It's not rated that highly. First of all, second of all, when I said some chocolates you get a lot and some you don't, right? Twix you get nothing. Coffee Crisp you get a good sized chocolate.
That's true. If you're comparing Halloween portion size to Halloween portion size, I can see how that moves it up a little bit, but it still wouldn't make my top 5.
Okay.
Number 2, oldie but goodie, Snickers.
Really?
I like Snickers. Always have. Again, Snickers was one of those chocolate bars that, like when I was 16 and I'd go to 7-Eleven, I'd actually buy a Snickers. Delicious. Loved them. Here's the thing. I could never actually wait long enough to like buy Snickers and put it in the freezer and wait for it to get cold and eat it, because I just eat it right away. It won't usually melty if you wait too long, but Snickers frozen is really good.
Okay. That's what, your second or third?
That's 2. Snickers is 2 for me.
Okay, my 2, Reese's Pieces. Now, I have Pieces ahead of Cups. For me, it's by a mile. I'm a big Reese's Pieces guy. E.T. made Reese's Pieces awesome. I remember seeing that back in 82, and it was just great.
82?
Yeah.
Sure.
Reese's Pieces, again.
Who directed that? Kanye?
Spielberg. You don't get a ton of chocolate with the Pieces, but very, very good.
Yeah, high quality, but it's more like presentation and
So
taste.
I got them at 2. They're close, like 1 and 2 basically are like right there for me.
Yeah, again, I kind of debated this. So my number 1, I've got Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I thought it was unfair. Like, I love the Reese's Pieces as well. But I thought, because it's only a list of 5, I don't want to over-represent the Reese's category, right? Because sponsors and that kind of stuff. Like, so many people listen to this. It was just like Reese's would skyrocket in stock and things along those lines.
The Reese's stock would
the Reese's stock would
skyrocket.
Just skyrocket. So I've got Reese's Peanut Butter Cups as my number 1 Halloween treat.
Okay, Cups are overrated and Pieces are better than Cups. And I think that's a hot take.
You don't like peanut butter as much as everybody else on the planet.
All right, I'm not eating peanut butter.
Peanut butter and chocolate together, they're delicious.
Okay.
It's like chocolate and coconut, really good together.
We'll talk about coconut chocolate in a minute. Peanut butter M&Ms are my best on the market. Like, I think they're great.
Yeah, really good.
They're not necessarily like Kit Kat. You're only really having a Halloween. Aero, only Halloween. Peanut butter M&Ms are like a universal. You can have whenever. But they count as a Halloween.
And there's something where you're going to buy a bag and you're like,
the Costco bag. Yeah.
Yep.
And the peanut butter M&Ms, far superior to the original M&Ms, right? Like Godfather 2 to Godfather 1. Both great, but I like 2 a little more. So, yeah, I got peanut M&Ms, my number 1.
Okay. Good takes. So, worst, in no particular order. They're both terrible.
I've got an order.
You've got an order? Well, I'm just going to say my 2 worst. Candy corn and rockets. Those powdery chalk discs of crap. Terrible. If you buy those and give them away, do you hate humanity?
No, they just want to see kids' like reaction. Like here, like
that would actually be funny to actually buy rockets and give them. They'll say, "Oh, here's these chalky, powdery disc-like pieces of crap," but then you like hammer them with a full-size chocolate bar. Yeah, that would actually be a good social experiment. Public service announcement: don't buy those things
unless you're gonna like. Then give them chocolate or record your results.
Yep.
Like how many kids cry, etc.
Throw them back at you.
Yeah. Number 3.
Poop out your window later that night.
Yeah. Number 3. Almond Joy. Now the only reason
Almond Joy's got nuts.
The only reason I have Almond Joy at 3 is because I haven't had it in so long. Because it's just like I'm never like who has said, man, you know what? I need an Almond Joy.
Not often.
Not a lot of like maybe the Almond Joy representatives think that. Other than that, small list. Parents of those folks, that's it. So Almond Joy is only at 3 because I haven't had it in so long because it's not good. 2, Crispy Crunch. Lots of Crispy Crunch. You see it a lot.
Stuck in my teeth.
Yeah, like it's just the.
So is your worst are all chocolate based?
Well, yeah, I was mainly focused. Like my worst could have just been all the candies, Starburst,
all
chalk
the candies,
candy, suckers. All that.
Yeah. A
That's
good
not
lollipop. I'd handle a good
That's not
lollipop.
a Halloween thing.
No, it's not Halloween, though.
Like, if you're handing out suckers or lollipops, no disrespect, but, like, get some chocolate.
Yeah.
2 Crispy Crunch, not good. 1 Three Musketeers. Now, this is borderline chocolate. It's not like it's just
What's
like
on the
fluff,
inside? Like that
custard
whipped
nonsense.
nougat kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's not chocolate. And it classifies as chocolate. So it's like fake chocolate.
I think when I was an uneducated, stupid child, I used to like Three Musketeers because I just didn't get a lot of opportunities to have much chocolate. Granny was pretty tough with junk food. So I used to think Three Musketeers was good, and then I kind of realized it's not very good. No.
Yeah, it's fake chocolate.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad chocolate out there.
Unfortunately, there is. Like, and then there's some like special, right? Like Kinder Egg. That's sick. That's great chocolate. That's not a Halloween thing.
No.
A Toblerone.
Well, Toblerone is spectacular.
It's not a Halloween thing.
It would be certainly in my top 3
Yeah, it's up
if
there.
it was available, but this is Halloween focused.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
Mars is not good either.
Mars is not very good. Yeah,
Mars
a lot of
kinda
people
goes-
like Mars.
No.
Like, you need to have a good set of dentures if you're going to have some Mars.
Well, it kind of goes with the Twix category. Mars doesn't give you much, and the stuff that it gives you is just caramel. Like, it's just caramel and
You
fake
can't even
chocolate.
say Twix and Mars in the same sentence because somebody's going to say that you don't like Twix.
Twix
You're
is number 5, dude.
No, but you're going to talk about it from a category, from a quantity perspective.
Yes.
Yeah,
and that's what I said.
packaging.
That's
They've
what
got
I
very
said.
similar packaging philosophies.
Poor marketing. If I
Which
ever
is-
get on that squad, we'll fix things up. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let us know about future topics that you want us to discuss. Shout out to my crew in Toronto that I went to see last weekend. Good to see you, dudes.
Shout out
And
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy first. Jimmy's just standing outside Jokic's house right now, barking at him.
Yeah. In
Awesome.
Serbia. He probably learned some Serbian
Yeah.
slang, and
now
now
he's
he's just
talking
barking at
crap to him.
Yeah.
Lots of good sports coming up next little while. Peace out. Talk to you soon.